Hi and welcome. I hope that you're well. I hope that you're social distancing. I have to admit, it's not much of a change here. I'm pretty social distanced most of the time, uh, but it is kind of an adjustment because everybody here is out of work, so everybody's home, which isn't a bad thing. It's giving us time to kind of, I don't know, figure out what it feels like to all be in the same space all the time. I don't know. It's not a bad thing. But I hope that you are well and that life is treating you well. Um, and I pray that this COVID-19 um, goes its own way with as few ripples as possible. Anyway, I have been stitching, and it's been quite a while since my last video. I think it's been 13 days, so I'm just one day short of 2 weeks. And yeah, I thought maybe I would come and show you all of the pieces that I stitched for Beware the Ides of March, and then the couple of pieces that I had left that I stitched outside of that. So I think, since yesterday was my son Michael's 37th birthday, happy birthday, Mike, I will show you the piece that I've been working on for him this month. And that is Michael. And it's a lavender and lace. And I've really been enjoying working on this. It's been fun. This is on, and that's what Michael looks like. And it's beautiful. And I just worked on this last night because it was Michael's birthday. But I've worked on it a few times this month. And I'll just get it out. This is on 32 count exotic orchid Lugana. Let me make sure Lugana's right. Yeah, Lugana. Okay, I'm right for a change. Move my needle a little. And I'll show you what it looks like. So, Michael's coming along. Working on his robe. I've moved over to the other side. I did get all of the shoulder cap done. I've worked a little more into the gold because I worked a little bit around it. I've put in a few stitches in the silk that are representative of his hands. So, yeah, coming along. Kind of dreading all the white stitching that will be necessary when I start working on wings, but until then, this is just fun. And as usual, I'm putting it all away as I go because I would have a huge mess if I didn't. And for this one, I'm actually marking up the original pattern. It started out with working copies, but it just got to be too much with the way the patterns are printed. I figure I might as well just bite the bullet and mark up the pattern. So that was Michael. And then another piece that I worked on that is not part of my Beware the Ides of March was Meow. And it's a dimensions kit. And it comes with a wooden hoop to finish it in. And this is Meow. Isn't that adorable? I think it's adorable. And so it was a kit, so it came with all the flosses and stuff. And to be honest, I'm not really sure it's DMC floss. It's not bad floss, but the black seems a little heavy. So anyway, I ended off working on some black over here on the ear. But I've got part of his face in. His eye is coming in. So, yeah, that's fun. I really enjoyed pulling that out. So, and I thought I wanted to work on something small because I've been working on some pretty big pieces all month. So, Meow is relatively small. And that is okay with me. So, you never know, that might come out again. Tomorrow, I should get the next section of the Kaluna Brightburn, Familiar Cell by Ingleside Imaginarium, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'll start the next ornament for the Just Cross Stitch Ornament Cell, and if I have that close by, I will pull that out and show it to you in a little bit. So, what did I work on? So, the first thing, I should say that I was going to start, I think, 11 pieces, but with coronavirus and shipping from outside the country being delayed, at least I'm assuming that's what it is, my silk from Silks For You hasn't come yet, so I wasn't able to start Big Red Ship. But when that silk comes, I will start it. It may not be until the 20th of the month for New Year, New Start, but that's the only piece that I didn't get started out of the 11 that I wanted to do. So I was pretty happy with that. So the first piece that I started for Beware the Ides of March was his eye is on the, Game of Swans. Yeah, Game of Swans. That's a Long Dog sampler, and it's beautiful, and I'm enjoying it. I'm using the called for colors, and I will show you how far I got. I'm pretty happy with this. And this is just on 16 count white Aida. Excuse the wrinkles. I'm going to have to stand up so I can get it closer to the camera. I hope that you're getting as much stitching time as you would like right now. There, that's how far I've gotten. And that's dead center, that flower. So, I'm pretty happy with that. It looks really pretty. I really like these colors too. I don't usually go in for the dusty, muted colors, but I'm having a good time with it right now. And so my whip count's gone up, and this is only March, but that's okay because these are all things that I already owned anyway. So the next thing that I worked on, this is Eyes on the Sparrow. And that is a heartstring samplery, and I think everybody knows what this one looks like. It's huge. And I'm doing it on a piece of figure out where I wrote it, Platinum Lugana, 32 count. And this is absolutely beautiful. I love this. I mean, I just love the border. Isn't that beautiful? But that's as far as I got, but I love it. It's a fun stitch. The fabric is great. It's wonderful. Can I say wonderful? It's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to widen that out just a little because I feel like I'm too close. There we go. That's better. Now, the next thing is the Name of God. And the Name of God is my big toe. And I switched this all up. So that's what that design looks like. And it's beautiful. Name of God. And so instead of using the neutral fabric and the dark flosses, I'm using 18 count Ruby Wine Ada. And I didn't get a really big start on this. I think I might have to work on this a little more. But I'm using Peperoncini, Weeks Dye Works Peperoncini, and Madison Rose. Pretty sure Madison Rose. Yep, Madison Rose. And that's the bag of floss for this. Whoop. Outside of glare. So, and that's the Peperoncini that I've been working with. And this is as far as I've gotten with that. And this is the upper corner here. So I'm just doing the outside border. And that's Peperoncini. So, it's fun. It will take a while. Doesn't want to go back in the bag. So then, ooh, Mermaid of Atlantis. She's beautiful. Let me take her out of the bag. Absolutely gorgeous. Mirabilia. I'm doing her on a piece of Jubilee. It's 28 count. It's by Zweigart. I got this down in New Jersey, and it's just gorgeous fabric. It's that beautiful. And this is all that I got done there. But it's going to be beautiful. And I don't know. Turn on another light. There. That's just one floss there. It's one of the Karen colors. And I'm just working on the outside border. Most of these pieces are really big. Like this is a good sized mermaid. And that's still folded in half. So, yeah. I really enjoy working on this. And there's a whole bag of stuff. So I put this back in the bag. This one I just have in a Ziploc bag. I've got to move her into one of my mesh bags. That's the only problem with having all of these things started, is you want to really work on all of them. And you just can't. Okay, and then I worked on Life After Death. This is another Long Dog sampler. And it's a, which everybody knows, Death by Cross Stitch. This is Life After Death. I have this on a piece of 28 count antique white MCG Textiles fabric. And this is what it looks like. And I'm using a Silks For You silk, which is beautiful. And I'm also using 909, a DMC, which, oh, you can see a piece of the Silks For You floss there too. show you how far I've gotten with this, which is beautiful. This is the upper corner. And that's what that's looking like. Very fun to stitch. And I like the way the flosses are working together too. Has almost a southwestern feel, but to me those colors definitely say life. Big pieces. And starting to get a pile over here. Let's see. After Life After Death, I was going to do the Christmas Village by Victoria Sampler, but I decided I needed to buy a different fabric, that the fabric I had just wasn't going to work. And so I decided to start something else. And something else I had in my stash, fabric and all, and that was a soda stitch, and it's 4 Seasons. And this thing is massive. It's on 18 count white Aida, and it's 38 inches wide by 16 inches high. And not much of a start here either. But that's the roof on that first building is started. It's almost like a comforter fabric-wise. And I did wash this because this was really stiff. But now it's not. It's kind of really nice to work with. So, yeah, 4 Seasons. It's huge. It's beautiful. I'm doing some of the black because I'll show you. Well, the key, you can see is color. And I don't like color charts. I like black and white charts. But this thing is all color. And it's shiny paper. So I figured I would start with some black and then go in around it and see if I could figure it out easier. I do think it's beautiful. And I will get back to it sometime. And after that, I started Winter Squirrel by the Blue Flower. Let's see if I can get it. There it is. Blue Squirrel. Winter Squirrel by the Blue Flower. It's really pretty. I got a pretty good start on this. This is on 18 count Heartland Aida. And I started on the tree in the middle, and that's how far I got. Very pretty. It's the only problem with working on something different every day is you don't get very far, but I will make up for that eventually. And now these are all in a state where I can just pick them back up, and that makes me happy. And after Winter Squirrel comes my Pink Rose. And this is a blackbird design. And that's what that looks like. Very pretty. And it's on a neutral petty point. And I'm actually doing it on a gray and white 18 count. It's the first time I've worked on this kind of fabric. And I'm just I'm putting in, I don't know if you can even see it on this. There's a border that goes around this too. And this isn't a really big piece, but there's a border, and this is a finish, so you can't really see it, but it's a border that goes all the way around it. And that's where I started. I'm really having fun with it. Trying to remember. Hang on while I see which way I was going. I think this is going down the side, so and that's what that looks like. It's really overcast here, so I'm sorry for the dim light, but it's been raining all week. So, yeah, that's really pretty. I really enjoy this. It's small, and if I need something small, I now have something small I can just pick up. So we're getting close to the end of what I've stitched. The next thing I stitched on was the Apostles' Creed. So take them all out of here. And the Apostles' Creed is another heartstring samplery. And I'm doing this on 18 count sand, Aida cloth, and that's what that piece looks like. I'm going to show you what I have done so far, but I think I'm going to go against the design option, and I am going to take if you look at the words, it's I believe in God the Fa, and Thur is down here. I'm going to pick all this out, and I'm going to put Father all is one, and I look down the rest of it, and there's other words that are taken apart that I'm going to put back together. And I think it's going to go about 1.5 inches wider here, and just one of these elements in the border is 1.5 inches wide. So I think if I add another one of these over here, I can stretch my words out and keep it all together, and that'll be a good thing. And I'll still have enough room over here. So, yeah, but that's beautiful. I'm absolutely loving that. So, I just want the words to be cohesive, or, you know, in the same line. I don't want to break them up. So that was my start on that. It's kind of like having a prayer shawl with some of these pieces, like the name of God and the Apostles' Creed, because it gives you time to reflect. Okay, and then after Castles in the Air, I worked on ink circles. Oh, nope. You go back and find Castles in the Air. There's Castles in the Air. The last thing I worked on was Castles in the Air. I picked up Big Red Ship. That's the one I didn't get to work on. Okay. Castles in the Air. I wasn't sure about my color choice when I first started this, but I've decided I really like it. So there's Castles in the Air. It's a long dog sampler, and it's a monochromatic one. I'm not doing monochromatic. I am using a Silks for You silk. I put the hank on a book ring, and I just have it on a pants hanger for now. But this is the color that I'm using. And I think that's PR, yeah, it's PR 028. But the other day I was sitting and I went through all of my flosses, and I picked out a whole, turn that light off now. I picked out a whole bunch of different flosses to go along with the silk, the variegated silk. So I thought I'm going to take these and randomly put these in with the silks. Like some of the animals in the piece I'm going to do in this dusty plum color. And I'll show you. Let's see. I'm just doing this on a piece of, let's see, doing this on a piece of lamb's wool. 32 count lamb's wool. And I'm really liking this. And I got pretty far, well, not pretty far, but compared to the others, I got more stitching time this day. But this is what it looks like. Excuse the wrinkles. But if you can see, I put, let me fold it. I'll turn that light back on. This light in here is terrible. Okay, so for this, I did a dark blue, kind of a periwinkle, and a pink in the outer borders. And then I did this bluey green color for the inner flags. And then this is all the silk for you. And this plant or vine goes down into the top of a castle. So for the castle, I'm going to use a piece of the variegated silk, but to that variegated silk, I haven't really decided which one I want to use, but it's either going to be 3752. Okay, camera ran out of time. It's either going to be 3752, which is kind of that pretty blue color there to go with the variegation to be castle walls, or it's going to be 762, which is a really pale bluey kind of grade color that I think is pretty. I'm leaning towards the darker color because the silk would just overpower the light color, I think. But for castle walls, I would like the solidity of this kind of stone color. I think would be pretty. So, yeah. So I really had a good time with this, picking colors. And see, I did the border colors. I have them in this bag. And when I determined what I wanted to do here, that's how I lined it up. So, to come in on the border. So I'm having a good time with that too, playing with color. Bunch of big pieces, a couple of them I can play with a lot of color. So I'm looking really forward to that. And I've been having a good time. And then for the rest of this month, I just have been working on Michael when I get a chance, or Meow. And that pretty much catches you up with what I've been doing. It's funny, you know, you kind of watch enough of the news and then you gotta go do something else. So I've been watching a lot of movies. Gotta do something. So let me show you my kind of stitching tracking page for March. Because it's pretty full. Look at all those projects I worked on. And that's what it looks like. So, yeah. It's been a good month for stitching. I think, you know, I've been watching different videos, and especially on the coronavirus, and I'm thinking that I may take a page out of the Asian cultures playbook and make some face masks for my family. Not to take away from the medical profession's masks, but just, you know, for our own safety. It seems like it's a good thing to do. So that's one of the things I'll be doing this month, is showing up some personal cloth face masks. And I've seen some pretty good guidelines, so that's a good thing. And I think I'm going to get some CPAP machine filters, the disposable kind, and maybe make a pocket in the face mask that you can put the filter in. And that's only for when, you know, you have to go to the grocery store or out in public where will be around other people, because it doesn't really, I mean, with glasses and a face mask you're pretty well protected, but it's your eyes, your nose, and your mouth that are the most susceptible to this virus. So you know, every little bit helps. I do have a whole box of nitrile powder-free examination gloves that I have for working with resin and different things. But unfortunately, for the world, I guess, I have very small hands, and so this is an extra small glove. And the fingers are still a little too long for me, but the glove fits my hand, and I don't think it would fit a lot of people. So, we'll see. I know it doesn't fit pretty much anybody else, even in my family, which is unfortunate. But I hope that you're remaining safe, that you're following the guidelines wherever you live, that you're remembering and reminding younger people in your family that it's not themselves that they're protecting as much as the older members of their family. Or if they have physical sensitivity, that reduces the power of their immune system, which is a very scary thought. So, Godspeed to all of you. May God bless you and keep you. And as Cinderella's mother says, be kind and be courageous. This too shall pass. Just do what's right. Thanks for watching, and be colorful. Take care. Bye. Okay, so how about I tell you what I'm thinking of working on this coming month? As you know, I have my 2 Sals, and one of them is the Kaluna Brightburn Familiar Sal. I don't have that part yet, so I can't show that to you. And the other one is the Just Cross Stitch Ornament Sal. So the ornament coming up this month is, let's see, April. Blue Ribbon Designs, page 96, Trimming the Tree. And let me show you what that looks like. I think that my Chewy order might be here for my dogs, and cats, which is great because they need food right now. So that's what that looks like. That's called Trimming the Tree. So I will be starting that for April. Really pretty. So that will be fun. And then, let me open up. The Full Coverage Fanatics part for April is Egypt. So going to Egypt this month. And I wanted to work on my Wild Eyes tiger, but they don't have tigers in Egypt. And I think the colors don't go with my Wild Eyes tiger either. So I figure one thing that is very Egypt are cats. So I will continue on with In the Garden Shed by Irina Garmashova. And it's a Haid. And if you've been watching me for any time, you've seen this quite a bit. I really like it. So, and right now I'm just trying to work on the 6 pages that I already have started. But you never know when I'm going to step up and start a new page. Just because I can, because this is in Pattern Keeper. And as you can see, I've been coming down below page 1. So, and it goes all the way over past that fold a little bit. So, yeah. You never know, I may even work on this a little bit today. Although, I may work on Wild Ice Tiger too. I don't know. I haven't decided. But, yeah, I think I'll work on Wild Ice Tiger because I'm going to work on In the Garden Shed for April. And then for Dark 13 stitching, I think I put it over there, I'm going to work on Simply Meant to Be, which is another Haid. It's a Jack Skellington, Sally and Zero. It's also a Haid, so it's also in Pattern Keeper. And I have some pretty good progress on this piece too. I really like Pattern Keeper. But, so that's, I have my needle minder from Mama Metzger there. Hi Daphne. So that's how far I am with Simply Meant to Be. You can even see Jack Skellington's skull right there. So that's really fun. Rolling it back up. But that'll be for Dark 13 stitching. For the 13th. This month. So exciting. Don't mind me as I fold my picture. Okay, and then it's April. So it's my daughter Rebecca's birthday month. So I'm going to work on her mirror. And that is Ella, the Frog Princess. And that's what she looks like. And this is also, like Michael and Lady Alexandra, which is for my oldest daughter, is on 32 count Exotic Orchid Lugana. And there's the pitiful progress on this. So hopefully I'll get some good progress on it this month. I would like to get into my sales before I start on this and get those pieces done. Rebecca's birthday is on the 10th, so maybe I can get those 2 things done before then. And then I can give Ella here some good attention. She needs it. And then hopefully, I was going to show you Wild Ice Tiger, because that's another piece that I want to work on, that I'll probably work on today. And that's just this little piece right here, which is absolutely phenomenal. And this is just on, I think this is 18 count. I like 18 count much better than 25 count with 2/1. So, beautiful. Look at that green. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's a beautiful color there. Even if I do say so myself. The floss that I'm using so far. There are let's see, 90 colors in this. $90. No, it's not bobbinated. I have kind of been getting away from bobbinating. It's really weird. When I was taught how to do embroidery, my aunt just kept all of her floss in a tin, and she just picked from it. And I'm finding that I am enjoying that a lot more. Using Ziploc bags, and not necessarily for one single color, but like colors that you use at the same time that are in close proximity to each other, just keeping them in a bag and pulling from it. I'm really enjoying that. I think it's because it's not, maybe I just don't have any OCD tendencies. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I am still waiting for my silk for the big red ship, and I am hoping it comes before the 20th of April, because I do want to start that this month, and hopefully that will be on the 20th. And that's going to be in shades of like maroon and black, I think, is what I ordered. So we shall see. Anyway, that is it. So I actually ended my video already. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to cut it and paste it, or if this is just going to be a little bit of an attachment at the end. And knowing the way I'm feeling, it's an attachment at the end. So thanks again for watching, and take care, and I will see you next time. Happy stitching.